Hi, thank you for joining me. If you don't know already, I'm Beccy Howe, Beccy and then Howe, Howe, beccyhowe.com. I'm also that on Instagram and Facebook as well. I specialise in working with mindfulness, with energy. I've been a therapist myself for well over 10 years in lots of different practices, therapies. And I'm also very intuitive. I often get intuitive messages for clients. I work with your energy as well. We do some talking therapy. I've been doing hands-on body work for probably 15-20 years. I've also worked with child development, with trauma training, so many different things. I also do this great fun thing called in Life Insights drawings, Life Insights energy drawings, where I will draw a sketch of yourself and your energy and what I see around you. So the thing that I really wanted to talk about today, it's a relatively new offering, but I'm really feeling called to help you, and the practice sessions that I did early on and then the one-on-one sessions that I've done since have just been beautiful, and people have felt so heard and held and safe and abundant and loved and just got exactly what they needed. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit more about what's involved. So I call it the whole of you, WHOLE, rather than HOLE, that would be fun. The whole of you sessions, the whole of you healing sessions. And I incorporate many of those gifts that I just talked about within that. So what we do, we can meet online, so you can have one wherever you are in the world, and there's lots of different times available. And we just start by having a talk, so you would when you're chatting with a friend, or when you're going with, say, counselling or to a therapist in that one-on-one, and you could start to share about what's on your mind. I encourage you to come with some ideas of things that you'd like help with, and all the information is there when you book, so super easy. And you can book online as well, so any time of day or night, that's all easy for you to access. And so we start with that talking, and then you can get yourself comfortable, and I'll turn off the video camera part. You get a recording of this, so you don't have to worry about trying to remember anything or make notes. I'll make it super easy for you, and then you can go back and listen. So we have the talking or the therapy part to start with, and then I'll encourage you to get comfortable. I'll turn the video camera off so you can just switch off and you'll still hear me. And then at that moment, I'll start to guide you through completely unique, a personalised guided visualisation or relaxation journey. And it's every time it's unique. It's designed to just help you and what you need at that moment. And I'll be using my intuition, my therapy experience, all the many trainings that I've done. And every time it seems to be just what people need in that moment. So there's been such a big variety, but all you need to do is be able to just close your eyes and breathe, then I'll do the rest. You can just listen to me. And as I say, if you get so relaxed when you fall asleep, that there's a recording so you can listen to it as many times as you like. And it's completely personalised for you and for this time. And you get that recording so you can listen to it anytime. And then once you're in that relaxed state, I'll then start to work with your energy remotely. So quite often things will come up in our conscious mind or our physical body. We might get aches and pains. We might be feeling overwhelmed. With the Life Insights drawings, I'll give you a great overview of what's happening. But this moment in the whole of you healing sessions is I can then actually start to work with shifting that energy, clearing any vibrations that aren't useful for you. And again, all you need to be doing is just sitting down or lying down with your eyes closed. This will happen silently, so you can just stay relaxed. You don't need to interact at all. And it's a bit like having a car wash, I guess, for your energy field. It just clears things out, and it also helps me to get a sense of what to work on and what's useful. And then another beautiful part of this, another layer of the whole of you healing sessions, is I'll then pass on any messages from my guides or your guides that will help you to know what to do right now in that moment. And the feedback again has just been beautiful. It really touches people's heart and their soul and their inner child, if you like, Often there's guidance perhaps on an approach to take in their business, or it's just whatever needs to happen for you at that moment, what your heart needs to feel, what your ears you need to hear, what your mind needs to think, perhaps a channel or a guidance for that, what your body might need to shift. Sometimes nutritional ideas come in as well. So, but it's just a direct link, passing on what I'm picking up on when I've been working with your energy and talking to you, what I'm guided to share. So I guess a little bit like medium or clairvoyant, or just channeled messages like that. So it's not a two-way conversation, it's just a beautiful channeled message for what you need at that time. And again, that's recorded, so you don't need to worry about missing any of that. And then at the end, when we've held that beautiful loving space, we've worked on clearing, balancing, revitalizing your energy, your mind has had the time to talk at the beginning and share what it needs, we've got into this beautiful relaxed state, and you've heard those loving messages from your guides, it's for you at that moment, without all the background noise. And then at the end, that there's time for you to ask any questions and any clarification. But as I say, it's all recorded, so you don't need to worry about holding on to it. And I've just found that combination for the whole of your healing sessions is beautiful, that it brings together so many different things you might get from different places, having to go to perhaps 4 different places, or trying people that perhaps aren't quite so intuitive or aren't quite so aligned, or just the feedback has been that it's exactly what they needed at that time, or what you needed at that time. So we've got the talking therapy bit at the beginning, that really personalised, unique, beautiful guided visualisation or guided relaxation journey that's super simple. It's not fancy, you don't have to have a great imagination or anything, it's just will be what will suit you at that moment. And then I'll work with your energy, helping to clear, to rebalance. People have found that their migraines have stopped. There's all kinds of lovely things that have happened, or they're just feeling so much lighter and they seem to get that glow and that sparkle back again, which we can lose, particularly if we're sensitive, like if you're an empath or an HSP, highly sensitive person, or you just find you're losing yourself and you're just not quite sure what you need. Then this energy clearing and the other things can help with rebalancing and just getting that clarity again. And then that beautiful, heartfelt, channeled message that's just for you. So at the end you can think, oh, okay, that's what I need to do. Or you just feel so valued and loved, or you know what you need. It's just a personalised message for you. So why might you want a session, a whole of you healing session with me? If you perhaps need some support and some therapy, but you can't get out, whether you've got restrictions in your area, or whether you're just feeling horrible and for some reason you just can't quite find what you need in your environment, or you need to talk to someone, but you feel a bit embarrassed about your friends or family knowing. If you do need some in-person contact, obviously go with someone near you. If you're feeling stressed, overwhelmed, upset, you're not feeling 100%, you've got some unresolved issues from earlier on in your life, you're wanting, a couple of people have found that they've got insights with why they were holding on to their weight. There's so many beautiful ways, because I'm working with your mind and your body and in your energy field, and then spiritual guides, that it's the whole of you that's looked after and listened to on what you need in that moment. So it really is looking after the whole of you. It's a beautiful way to spend some time. And as I say, it's on Zoom, it's on video online, so you can have it wherever you are. So I hope that helps. It's quite a unique way of working from what I can gather, and it's just been a really beautiful gift. It's like we're different petals of a flower and we're just bringing them all together. So a bit of the talking therapy, but the energy work, the personalised visualisation, the channeled messages, it's just a beautiful little package all in one, and it's just tailored to you at that moment. So I'd love to see you in one, to see if it feels right for you, and perhaps bookmark this and you can come back or save the video, and just let me know if you've got any questions. I'd love to see you inside. Okay, bye for now.